Our culture fixates on the final second of the race. We see the flashbulbs, the heavy silence of the crowd, and the gold around their necks, and we interpret that scene as a manifestation of innate talent. That public celebration obscures the reality of the environment that created it. Achievement is manufactured in these empty halls, characterized by a total lack of an audience and the absence of any immediate reward. Many people wait for a feeling of inspiration or a smarter shortcut before they begin. This hesitation is a calculation error. It assumes that perfect conditions are a prerequisite for action, rather than a result of it. This chart compares two different approaches to success. The flat line represents a reliance on fixed potential or waiting for a lucky break. The diverging curve tracks the math of stacking consecutive days of execution. Most people operate with a high degree of passivity, hoping for favorable circumstances. Because the world is largely indifferent to individual struggles, the only way to ensure a specific outcome is to adopt a mechanical, daily discipline that functions regardless of the environment. Maintaining a high level of output requires a physiological override. You have to decouple your physical movements from your internal state, performing the work as if your feelings are entirely irrelevant data points. Biological instincts are programmed to avoid discomfort. When the body encounters fatigue or the mind faces uncertainty, the impulse is to seek rest. If allowed to influence the system, these emotions act as internal inhibitors that degrade the quality of the work. This system operates on a completion-based trigger. Physical effort continues until the predetermined task is finished, removing the option to renegotiate the plan based on how tired you feel in the moment. Discipline demands total isolation. You must operate in environments like this, solitary spaces where external validation is non-existent. Championships are forged in the thousands of hours spent in labs, won during early morning runs while the world sleeps. Committing to a professional standard in total solitude builds a level of preparation that can withstand the eventual pressure of a public arena. Every long-term system encounters a point of catastrophic loss. These periods of failure are mathematically certain, representing the most difficult segments of the execution curve. Each unsuccessful attempt provides the specific data required to adjust the next effort. Thomas Edison famously identified 10,000 variations of the light bulb that did not work before he found the one that did. This visualization shows the compounding engine. Massive labor initially produces zero visible change, leaving a flat trajectory that feels wasted. Yet during this flat line, each incremental effort acts like a necessary strike against a rock, eventually revealing the finished form. A delay in tangible rewards indicates that the compounding system is still in its early phases. It requires more repetitions before the results can manifest in the data. By treating failure as information and trusting the timeline of the compounding math, you ensure a final payoff that others will simply describe as luck. Prizes, titles, and material rewards are merely byproducts of the grind. They are external indicators that the internal process has been running correctly for a long enough period. The significant result is the resilience built during the struggle. The scars earned during those years of isolated work prove a willingness to start from scratch and go the distance regardless of the cost. Life presents obstacles without warning, much like these puddles and the fog. Conditions are rarely favorable, and waiting for the weather to clear is a strategy for those who are willing to finish last. At any moment, you can choose to stop narrating your problems and begin owning the outcome. Taking responsibility for the path forward allows you to engineer a solution rather than waiting for one to be provided. When you remove all alternative options and commit entirely to the daily mechanics of your craft, your progress becomes a matter of logic. You stop wishing for success and start executing the steps required to make it a reality.